And thank you for joining me on the Time Is Always Now podcast. My name is Terence Young. I am your host for today, and I appreciate you being with me today. This is a podcast that is dedicated to getting people past their excuses, dedicated to getting people past saying, you know what, I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to do it next week. I'm going to do it next year, whenever the case may be. It's dedicated to getting people to understand and harness the power in the eternal moment of now, because that's where all the power is. That's where the universe is. That's where God is. That's where everything that you want is in the present moment. That's the only place we can live. So this podcast is dedicated to encouraging and inspiring people to get outside of their comfort zones and move forward to make changes in their lives for the better right now, because now is the only time we have. Always, if you want to donate to the cause, you can go to my website, terenceyoungnow.com. If you want to donate there, help me out in continuing to inspire, encourage, and give these messages out. I want to get them out to the masses. I want people to hear this. I know people can benefit from these messages, from these teachings, and just improve their lives. And that's what it's all about, raising the consciousness of humanity in any way that we can. I want to continue to do that. So thank you in advance for that. I'm excited about today. It's been a great weekend. We're all living this quarantine life right now. So yesterday, I went out for a bike ride. Now this is important because it'll kind of tie into what I'm talking about today. I went out for a bike ride and I rode my bike, which I haven't rode in over a year. And frankly, I rode it because I hurt my calf. I strained my calf out running, so I knew I couldn't go run, but I wanted to get that cardio workout in anyway. And so I went for a bike ride, and it was great. I loved it. I forgot how much I enjoyed riding my bike. And I think we all kind of do that at times. We forget some of the things that we really enjoy. And what's beautiful about it is the universe will push us in the direction of something that we need to remind ourselves of. Yeah. God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, spirit, will push us in the direction of something that we need to do. And that's what I believe happened there. I was like, wow, I love this so much. I forgot how good it feels to cross train and ride my bike and get that energy and motion going that way. And we all can learn from that. We all can learn from the fact that the universe is moving us in a direction if we are open to the signs and the signals. And I kind of touched on that in one of my previous podcasts. And that's exactly what we're going through now. What can we learn from this? And I want to touch on something really specific that really is important to me that I want to get to. And this has been a huge debate now as we get close to reopening the country, right? Cities are starting to reopen this and that. I think something's happening in Georgia. They're opening some things. And here in Tampa, nothing's been reopened yet. Florida isn't reopening yet, but they're talking about it, the beaches, stuff like that. And this has been a huge debate, right? We're seeing these things on Michigan, I believe, where they're protesting in the streets, and all of these things. And here's the most important thing. I understand there are two sides to this. We have a health crisis, and in an attempt to fix the health crisis, we're causing an economic crisis. That is absolutely true. Absolutely true. There's no mistaking that. We are now in an economic crisis because of the health crisis, but we're still in the health crisis too. So the solution has caused another crisis. No argument there. But what we got to do is this is how the universe is pushing us back to our consciousness and what we should be understanding about this situation. And here's the way I feel about it. We can never choose the economy over health. Repeat that one again. We can never choose the economy, the amount of money, over the health, over, let me say that a different way. You can't choose money over someone's life. You can't do that. We can never do that. That's the way I feel about it. Now, if your argument is different, then maybe you really feel that way. Like, let's put it in perspective and really look at it. Me losing my business is more important than Susie losing her grandmother. Susie's grandmother should die in order for me to keep my business, because my business is important. You know, I'm losing money. I own a restaurant, and now we're going to close down. That's what if that's the argument you're making, then I totally disagree with it. I am saying that we cannot put someone's life in the same vein that we put a business or a home. I know it's tough. I have people in my own family that have lost all of their income because they worked at retirement homes. My brother and his wife, they work at retirement homes. They've lost every bit of their income. Trust me, I see it. We've talked about it. I've lost some of my income. I still have a job, but 15-20% of my income came from speaking, and now it's all gone, at least for the time being. So I'm feeling that crunch too. But I do have a job that I fall back on. So I have that. And I understand that people don't have it. But let's get right down to the nitty-gritty of it, the focus. We can't choose someone's life over the business, over a business. That's the way I see it. I feel very, very strongly about that. Okay? Here's the key. Here's the key. You can get a business back. If you lose your home, you can get a home back. You can replace money. You can replace all those material things. But you can never replace a life once it's gone. I'll say that again. You can replace your business. You can replace your home. You can replace the money that you've lost. You can replace all those things. All those things can come back. But one thing that can't come back is a life. When it is gone, you can't do that. It's gone forever. When we're looking at this situation, we need to always see that this is what the scientists are wanting us to do. And this is what the scientists understand. We have to take health over the economy. We have to, because we're talking about people's lives. We're talking about people's lives, and it's so important that we understand that that's the most important thing. And that's what the universe is pushing us towards to get us to see. The human life is more important than going to the basketball game or the football game. All those things are great, and we miss them, or going to the theater, all that. But how about human connection? Human life. I believe right now the universe is pushing us towards raising our consciousness to what's really important. What's really important? That's a question that I want to ask you. I'm going to put this in the show notes for sure. I want to know how you all feel about how I feel about this. I want to know your reaction. Should we be putting health, the lives of individuals, over the economy? Or do you feel the other way? Should we be putting the economy first, saying, you know what, people are going to have to die in order for us to get our economy back? Which one is it? Keeping with the understanding that people are going to die anyway. We already know people are going to die. But should we literally allow it to affect more people and cause more people to die? That's the thing. You can get your money back, you can get your business back, you can get your home back, but you cannot get a human life back once it's gone. I believe the universe is pushing us towards this understanding about what's truly important, and we're seeing it, what's truly important. There's a great quote that I want to use that I quote. It's a Nigerian proverb, because we're dealing with a crisis right now. So this proverb, it says this: in the moment of crisis, the wise build bridges, the foolish build dams. In the moment of crisis, the wise build bridges. The foolish build dams. The wise are connecting people together. That's what the wise are. They're connecting more together. They're reaching out to help. But the foolish are shutting off and closing the doors. Right? Which one are you? We're definitely in the middle of a crisis. We're in the middle of a health crisis and an economic crisis right now. Both at the same time, all over the world. So, are you building bridges or are you building dams? That's something to think about. That's a great question to ask yourself. So if you're building dams, what are you doing? Well, shutting yourself off from other people. Building dams would be going to the grocery store and hoarding all the toilet paper. I know we've talked about this before. Or making sure that you're taking care of your family and buying all the groceries, taking all the meat or whatever the case may be. That's building dams. Yeah. Or maybe you're just in solitude in your own house and not reaching out to family and friends. That's building dams. But you don't want to do that. Especially not in this time. Especially when the universe is actually pushing us to the brink of understanding our consciousness and bringing our conscience to a higher level. Where human connection is so important. And I know that's ironic, human connection, because we can't reach out and touch people. But it's so important now that we have human connection in any way that we can, until we can reach out and touch people physically again. Are you building dams? Are you closing yourself off from other people? Or are you building bridges? What's building bridges? Are you reaching out in every way possible? Are you doing the best you can from where you are? Right? Doing everything you can from where you are at this moment right now. Touching everyone you can. Not physically, but virtually. Are you reaching out to help one another? To help someone in need? To help a family member? To help a first responder? To help your family? To help your children? To help your spouse? Are you reaching out? Are you reaching out to touch? Are you building a bridge and saying, hey, I know we can't be physically in the same room together, but we can still converse. I can still see you on a video conference. I can still video call you. I can still Facebook Live and connect with you. Are you building bridges? In a moment of crisis, the wise build bridges. The foolish build dams. Which one are you? I truly believe the universe is pushing us towards raising our consciousness level. The universe is truly pushing us towards letting us see what's really important to us. What's really important to us? Human life. Human life. That's what's really important. And we're getting a chance to see it right up and close. Are we going to choose money and the economy over human life? Where are you on that scale? I'd love to hear what you feel about it. So definitely touch with me on the show notes when I do that. I'd love to hear what you want to say about that. I believe we should be raising our consciousness and choosing human life always over the economy. Remember this, we're dealing with a crisis now, but this too shall pass. This too shall pass. The money will come back, the economy will come back. This too shall pass. So what are you thinking about now as you move forward and can move forward and change the trajectory of where this is heading? We're all in this together. We're all in this together. And we have to understand this is going to pass. The restaurants are going to come back, the bars, the hairdressers. Hey, I need a haircut myself. I know, I'm feeling it just like everybody else, right? But they're all going to come back. And in the sports, in the theater, in the movies, all that's going to come back. But what are you doing right now to raise that level? What are you doing right now to change the consciousness of the world? Are you building bridges or are you building dams? Consciously think about it. Ask yourself, what can I do right now, to change the world? Right? Because we each can do something. And it starts with looking inside to change ourselves. And that's how we change the world. The universe is pushing us towards it. The universe is showing us, hey, lift up humanity. Lift up humanity. Build that bridge of love. Yes. Continue to think about building that bridge. Continue to think about how you want to show up in this moment of crisis. And then move forward from there. And if you don't like the way you're showing up right now, then choose again. That's the beautiful thing about life. That's the beautiful thing about the universe. It's the beautiful thing about everything that we have within ourselves, within the Christ within, is we don't, I love this, we don't have to believe everything we think. So we can choose anytime we want to believe something else and to choose again and then act differently in the moment of now, in every single moment of now. If you don't like the way you're showing up, change it. What's that great quote says? If you don't like what's going on, change it. You're not a tree. You can change it anytime you want. How do you want to show up in this moment of crisis? Are you building bridges or are you building dams? Think about it. Think about it. The universe is moving us towards building our consciousness. The universe is moving us towards understanding the importance of humanity. I see it as clear as day. I hope that you see it too. I appreciate you joining me on this episode of the Time Is Always Now podcast. I love doing this. This is my life's mission. I love doing this. I get excited every time I get to record an episode because I'm sending out love, sending out encouragement, sending out motivation for everyone. So I enjoy doing it. What I ask of you is share this message. Share this video, share this podcast with all your friends, all your coworkers. I want this message to get out to the masses. Everyone needs to hear this. How are you showing up today? Build bridges. Build bridges to build up humanity and levitate our consciousness to where we want it to be. If you do that, then you can unequivocally say, I own the now and I am one. My name is T.Y. I am signing off for now. Remember, the time is always now. Allow the universe to work in your favor and be blessed.